because of the
Smith's the Flavor Flav. He's the hype man.
He's the hype man. He's a really funny one.
It's good to have that on a team.
I'm just throwing magazines off the table because it's looking quite messy now. So
what are those stickers? What do those say?
These are boxer
Boxer.
stickers. I don't remember what they say. The katakana, I do not recall. Envy on the T side. Scream's got the P250. He has become, this has become a staple of the pistol run with Scream, the P250, and he does deliver most of the time with this P250.
I love the P250. I always buy it in T-pistol as well, and sometimes I drop another one if I'm feeling generous. It's very consistent. You see that Scream will be laying down some covering fire there. Haji makes his way forwards, gets an instant there onto Chris. Always feels so bad when that happens to you. And Envyus will continue to press onto the A side. It's going pretty well. Kiyoshima with a nice drive-by shot straight to the face of Oscar. Now it's down to Rops and Stiko. And Scream will be having none of that. The PT50 is brought to bear, and the round goes to Envyus.
I swear, last time I was here, I saw a pistol play out exactly like that, where a reactive CT smoke was at the end of Ivy, and I was just like, there's no way that CT's losing this round at this point. And the same thing happened. Everyone just dies. I don't understand. How did that play out that way?
Pistol rounds.
Just random.
It's just variance, yeah. Just synonymous with variance. That's why, like, to me, I'm so sad when I see a T-pistol where they try to like pick early round, and like for me, like the methodology has to be just guaranteed bomb plant, because that's the only consistent thing that you can really do in a pistol round is the T side. And you can keep the pressure up even if you lose the rounds. 2 MAC-10s.
Haji is really punishing these Ivy peaks right now with headshots. He's destroying these guys that are peeking right side Ivy.
Haji's a fragger, which is good. I always think of a Moroccan football player called Georgie Hadji every time I see Hadji. But
Silent H or no?
no. Oh, well, maybe in French, Hadji, maybe. It probably is a silent H. Because, I mean, happy would be happy. So. 4 players remain for Mousesports. You know, there's an island in France. I forget whereabouts it is. There's an island in France where everybody's naked all the time, including the postman. They're just naked.
Why all the time? They're just like
they're nudists. They are nudists. That's true. 30 seconds remain here for Envy to capitalize on their early advantage. Looks like a, I won't say a retake situation for Mousesports. They are on a force buy, so they'll just do what they can. Oscar taken down. Rops looking for more. He's got 3 bullets of which to find something. Only the second kill there for Sonny.
Yeah, some good damage done. And one thing you have to be worried about with a team like Mousesports at the moment, because they're just so consistently just rising up the ranks, is that they are going to have a level of confidence which they wouldn't have had, you know, maybe like, let's say 6 months ago, even if they had like the same team and everything like that. Just because I think it really, like, it gives you a lot of confidence to be pulling the results, and gives you like some belief that you know, you just are like one of the best in the very best in the world. And I actually think that really does play a part, because esports is just all about confidence.
Yeah, they play like FaZe. Like, they play with the confidence of FaZe, actually, when you watch them.
That is very, very good to see. Happy bursting through the ranks with the MAC-10. That confidence will not help you when you are so ill-equipped. Nope. So 3-0 for Envyus. Envyus again, Train has always been like a pretty decent go-to for them. And they've had some great T-sides. I think last season, actually, they were the first team to actually take a map from FaZe, when FaZe were doing very well, and it was on this map. And it was a very dominant map, and it was their T-side that did it. The final score was like 16-5 or something like that.
I'm interested to see what they do with these MAC-10s. They obviously have to try to dictate some close fights here with these. There you go.
Was that both MAC-10s dropping there?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
Here's one Ivy.
Haji jumps across. It's quite fun watching, you know, New Blood, like Haji, see what he's capable of. And one of the questions is, you know, is he trying to fit one of the shoes that was left by XMS or 6, or is he just sort of doing his own thing? That's sometimes a dilemma as a new player into a lineup that has a core still. And Rob's playing in the back of the inner bomb site. Bursting, they're not really going his way. Rob's just not having a fun time. Does manage to get a frag out of it though, and this is really weird because of the pressure from Happy here. He's just sitting at the bomb train on the default.
I always find situations like this interesting where Happy's made his way into the B bomb site and he's standing on default, but the bomb was with another player on Ivy. And now you see Envy rotating and Happy's basically trying to hold this whole site down on his own, and he's doing so. But I do wonder if some people would just make a play trying to play off of the rotation into the A site instead, because it's such a long rotation.
I'll tell you, James, some people do it. I lost an FPL game because of that exact play 2 nights ago.
Oh, really? I sensed some bitterness there.
A little bit.
I mean, it's a gamble. But I feel like, especially on train, it's such a long rotation. I feel like it's almost a gamble either way. Especially, I think Happy was in a really tough spot there, but boy, did he deliver. 2 kills for him, and that leaves Oscar alone. And Mousesports lacking, wanting for their first round of this game of train. Not quite there just yet.
I mean, they're pretty good about not over-rotating. Like, I actually really enjoy the fact that Mousesports in that situation, they were playing Robs really far back. I think that's a cool adjustment considering the situation, because it gives Robs a lot of opportunities to fight. We actually saw him, there was definitely a round there, not too uncommonly, where Robs gets a very fast first kill, maybe even gets the kill onto Happy, or just survives and keeps the ground for his team.
Yeah, it's really smart because he recognizes that the Mac 10 dropped ladder, so they're probably saving SMGs from the round before. So playing back because he knows those Mac 10s have to get close to him. They have to push up, which is what you saw, the guy running across upper. I think 9 rounds out of 10, Rops gets that kill and the guy pushing across upper. It's just unfortunate it played out that way for him.
Mousesports now with a hodgepodge buy. See what they can do with it. It's the bomb making its way towards the inner bomb site. Chris going close. Robs from distance with the scout. Scout is satisfying, but will satisfaction be had here? There's a good tag on a scream. It's all about the tags. You know, a couple tags from a scout in a round like this becomes very troublesome. Look at Oscar go on the flank, able to take down Happy, and that is going to create a lot of pressure. That has to speed things up here for Envyus. They have to force the issue. They have to take the entire yard, and RPK will deliver. That is what he does. To me, there's almost nothing as RPK as him just walking up into the upper positions and just sniping everyone with an AK.
I feel like he's literally just made that his area of the map, right? Like,
yeah.
I've seen him do that countless times, I feel like, at this point.
He's so good at that. And it is so strong too when you know there's no AWP out on the map from the CTs to want to make that play. Because you can get a 1v1 where maybe you actually have a pretty good angle for an even fight. So it's a good spot to push and try to get something going. I do wonder if at one point we're going to have like enough data for like the tool where you can, let's say, pass 100 demos, 1,000 demos of train and at the professional level, and then you can actually see, you can like pause it and then see the percentages of like from this vantage point, how likely are you to win a fight versus this guy.
That would be really cool.
That'd be very interesting, because I feel right now everyone is just thinking about that from an outcome.
Yeah.
Just like very small sample size.
Yeah, if you could do it per player as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ivy smoke. I like that smoke. I think I saw Kerrigan first throw that a long time ago.
Can we see the results of that smoke? Maybe. And we'll
right
see
there.
it there. Yeah, so isolates the IV player. Always an important smoke to get down if you're trying to get the bomb down, for example. You don't have control of IV itself. So with all those smokes, Happy is in the sites, but nobody else is. 2 players towards B. Fires one shot, a double peek coming in from the CT side, but I don't think he's realised the second player just yet. Sees one player towards the box. Flashbangs coming in from a teammate, but it'll blind both players. And Happy continues to just be a nuisance rather than lurking. Well, he is kind of lurking, but his team are almost lurking around his lurk. Rob's delivering the kills towards the B bomb site. The bomb has not been spotted yet for Mousesports.
Yeah, what a weird round. Happy surviving for a very long time. Kiyoshima, nice. Savage stuff onto Oscar. Now that will leave Chris and Rops. Oh, that's a really nice shot from Chris onto Hadji. Very fast, and that will leave Happy in the 1v1. It's actually a great surprise that he's actually alive. He's somehow the last man standing, being the first man in as well.
He knows Rops is the B player, so there's a reasonable amount of areas where Rops is unlikely to be. And Happy, considering the places where he might be, could be around a box on connector. Does he plant back train? You might want to check just in case he's around his corner to the right, but with nobody there, he could risk the plant back train. Doesn't see Rops anywhere now. He's got 10 seconds to plant the bomb. Running. Now what will Rops do? It is the back train plant after all, but he has to reposition. His feet are exposed, and it gets taken out by the toes. Oh no! That was so lucky. The E button wasn't working for Rops there, and he threw his gun away.
I really liked how Happy got out into position in the yard as he did with the smokes. Things like, was there a smoke on E-box? Like, there's some kind of like cool lurk smoke for him to basically play off of. It's really nice.
That was really confusing probably from Mousesports' point of view, because he makes that initial engagement, 2 guys come down the lower ramp, a guy walks out Ivy. They should probably were rotating all over the place. I had no idea what was going on.
Now Mousesports need to keep it up. They've got the double ops, the good amount of utility kits and everything you really want at the CT side. So well tooled up now, and it'll be curious to see how this will play out. Envyus looking like they may just set up an outer play. They are clearing their relevant positions first, as you'd like to do before you run a set piece onto the A sites, such as Pop Dog. No presence towards Ali as well. Would be indicative of either an inner play or a set piece onto A from Mousesports' perspective, and they are investigating. Stiko's going to push all the way to the end of Ali. There's the flash. You'll see very little. So Mousesports are piecing things together now. Might be expecting a delayed A play.
50 seconds remaining. Stiko starting to ask questions just as Envy go wide around main. Did he see one though, or did he see 2? I'm not sure if the second player was visible on the radar. So what do Mousesports read into this? Rops and Chris J moving into the back of the B bomb site while Sunny is around the ladder room. 30 seconds left. Envy really playing this slowly. Has their timing been thwarted? Flashbangs avoided. Sunny spots the play towards main, but there's another one by the ladder, and Happy hasn't played that well. Gambling through the smoke, just falling to pieces for Envy.
I love how Sunny played that.
Dude, the way that Sunny played that round was insane.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you pointed that out. Like, he saved all of his nades, even though he heard that initial drop in the ladder, because he knew if he just saved his molly for, you know, maybe after that smoke ladder faded, he would have control of ladder for the rest of the round.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was just no way Envyus was winning through ladder in that round.
I was wondering initially, like, I was like so praying that he would he would develop the play from the incendiary around 1 minute, because of that very reason. And yeah, that was so cool to see.
Wow, it's like he had that all planned out. You know,
Yeah.
like, the entire round, he just knew what he was going to do.
Yeah, that's a great round to look at from this perspective. Okay, so that's like a really difficult thing for Envyus, because they kind of did the basics well. They initially cleared that top dog position. Like the question is, how do they? What do they? Oh, what the? What? At least he didn't go backwards and like bounce back into their faces. I hate when that happens, but Envyus with a different approach here, more presence towards Ali or Ivy. Okay, he understands that smoke is all a trick. Really looking for someone. There it is. RPK never doubted himself.
Now what can Envy identify from the rest of that setup? Well, seems they've figured something out. Scream has been unleashed in the A site, spots Stiko, and there he goes as well, leaving Oscar alone around the B bomb site. So it seems they identified that there could be a CT watching main from behind the smoke, and with that away they went, 6-2 in favor of Envy.
Yeah, I love the awareness when I watch teams that are good on train, you know, when they get that kill at like ladder or mid, and the opposite side runs out because they know the defense is so spread thin. You know, 3 choke points for 3 people, one of them goes down. Immediately you just start flooding out, and just you win trade battles. You know, if you just know protocols for those environments,
Yeah,
you're good on train.
it's cool too as well. Like I always like the dynamic between Well, hold that thought. We've got a pretty big aggression here. Two-man pop flash out into the alley position. 3 Ts to meet them. And Haji's going to defend against Chris pretty well. And now Stiko's stuck in a forward position. Sunny may go down through the smoke if he's not careful. And Stiko is pretty stuck in this position and is absolutely going to be checked. But
exactly
Ts in the meantime, Happy in the confusion. It's just going to win the rounds by himself. Now he's on the drain. Ooh, I don't think he expected to drop onto the lower step there.
That must be frustrating. So still around to be won. Sunny controlling the bomb train at the moment, but the bomb is still towards Ivy. And there is time here for Envy. Haji at the front, Kishima at the back, but he's moving up to join his teammate. So it seems that the round may be won or lost here for Envy. There goes Kishima through the smoke. Technically baited by Haji, unfortunately just walked up. He was an innocent man, a decent man in an indecent time. Hashtag Batman. Haji now versus 3, 45 seconds. Needs to move forward. So many angles, such is the nature of train. 35 seconds. And dead. Round number 3 for Mousesports. AWP rescued by Rops. 3 players surviving. Off they go.
Yeah, that was literally exactly what I was talking about the round before, where Happy just found the timing to lurk out. You know, his teammates drew so much of a rotation from Ivy after getting that kill. They saw 2 more people there. He knows he can lurk out at that point because there's 2 choke points, probably 1 guy holding both of them. And he gets position on the bomb train, and it's just, oh, it was kind of crazy that things didn't pan out in Envyus' way at that point.
Yeah, I was quite surprised. I mean, Sunny is just such an explosive player.
Yeah.
He really saved the day. Chris, I love this. Found himself into a forward position. Will he decide to hold or push, or how will he play this one out? It's very risky to push beyond this point, and you get so much from holding that point that the risk often doesn't pay off. Now, Oscar has the high ground with the AWP. This could dismantle everything. That's a smoke. Still, Oscar poses a threat. Rops on the high ground. How's the response? Brilliant angle here from Robs. Very hard to deal with. There's 1 kill from Robs. A second one, perhaps? No, denied. That really should have gone Robs' way.
Yeah, unfortunate. Thought he killed the player. Had to go back to the well and scream. May not have even realized he was there when he went up the ladder. 3 versus 4. Mousesports still positioning for a retake attempt, but these mollies and grenades are killing so much time towards Connector that it will change their mind and they'll go for the save. They needed a frag early there, but it wasn't to be. Chris J running away with a MP7, Stiko of the M4. Envy looking strong on the T side of train, but there are still 4 more rounds to fight for.
I actually love the setup from Mousesports with Oscar with the AWP on high ground and Robs in a position where he can also look at the high ground but be covered from the lower ground. Pretty sneaky stuff.
Yeah, again, I don't know, it's weird because I thought they were set up well there. I really did. It's just unfortunate. Sometimes you just have the good setup and just things don't go your way.
Wow. Wow. So on his screen for so long.
Yeah. I was like, where are those bullets coming from? Oh.
That is actually nuts. Yeah. It's like that's one of those spots where it's like there used to be these invisible smokes sometimes from the Go TV perspective, and it would look really weird. That was like that, but there was no invisible smoke. I just there in the open. Very odd.
Actually 5 rounds to play for, not 4. I can count on occasion. Big fan of algebra in school. Scream looking for an early pick, looking to catch somebody off guard, maybe around the bomb train, maybe around Connector, E-box perhaps, but no. He will be denied. An exchange of grenades towards the Ivy position. 1 player spotted, but there are 3 there, including the bomb. Kishima now rotating away, perhaps towards main. Maybe filling a gap with Scream's death. Oscar still on the deagle only. There's a pop flash push. Sunny will prove successful. Seen that pop flash from Nico as well. You have to hold down left and right mouse button, and it makes a perfect arch.
He's like lining up the peak. That's funny. Haji and Kishima can still win this round for sure. Got 45 seconds. Double drop here into Pop Dog. Mouse also has some pretty sneaky positions. Chris is going to get some pretty dirty off angles if they want to push forwards into the A yard. Sonny's coming in from the flank as well. So all kinds of mines to be to trip Envyus up. Landmines. They're gonna make their way to B. This is not looking good for Envyus. They're really gonna have to just be so perfect on the shots, but that is not gonna help. At least the bomb fell. That's nice. Hashtag better than expected. 7-4. Or 4-7, I should say, for Mousesports.
They do finally have Envyus's economy a little bit hurting, though.
Can they get any more out of this? Ooh, Haji with the Mac 10.
Not many nades on the Envyus side.
Will it be a fast play from them? They've got limited smokes. There again, then Scream going for the fast play, and doesn't work out once more. RPK will join them in the graveyards, and that is a very fast round indeed, but not the kind of fast round Envy were looking for.
I feel like when you do those quick ladder swing outs, you definitely have to have some well-timed flashbangs coming over mid. There was no flashbangs coming over mid. Those guys just ran out.
Somebody on the skip. I don't know what you guys call a skip. Like the big thing full of junk outside main.
Dumpster?
Oh, dumpster? Yeah, yeah.
Okay. The dumpster.
That thing with the cardboard boxes.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that dumpster?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dumpster, yeah.
So what do you call the small wheelie bin then?
Small wheelie bin.
Yeah.
Trash can?
Okay. Okay. Because to me a can is like, you know, some kind of...
Like a can of cola?
Well, no, but I mean,
like you actually had
a metal or
like
an
metal.
alloy.
Yeah.
But it's plastic, isn't it, most of the time?
Yeah. Trash bin? Bin? Yeah.
But bin is like, that's not something the Americans say though, is it?
Not really.
You guys don't say bin.
Yeah. Garbage.
Not really.
Garbage
That
bin.
player is garbage.
The way you said it.
Garbage.
Garbage. Well, if you like the last rounds, you're going to love this round.
Oh, here it comes. Super Mario Brothers, one player jumping out. Kishima crated, I think.
He did. He got
After
shot
being
on the
shot
way
by Oscar. Sonny, make the play, make the play. Sonny doesn't need to make the play. He's got the angles.
It's like Quake.
MP9 jumping accuracy. Too strong.
It is really good. I actually love the MP9.
My MP9 cost me about $70 because it's a souvenir MP9 with fur sticker on.
Damn.
The MP9 hot rods.
Ooh, that's a nice one, the hot rod.
It is, yeah. I have an AUG hot rods, and I put back in the day I put an iBuy power sticker on it.
Oh my god. There's nowhere to go. Rip.
Flame
Scream.
Carpet, Dormammu Games, hashtag Marvel, hashtag Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
That was really nicely done by Mousesports. Good, like perfectly placed incendiaries to counteract the fast play, which they likely expected and capitalized upon. Although there was an equalizing frag there from Envyus. Happy, and now Haji doing the damage as Happy finds that damage as a moment to lurk, to leak, to what am I trying to say?
Don't know, mate.
To sneak. There we go. To sneak out into the inner bomb site, but Oscar will find him.
That was not the results we were expecting, it must be said.
Yeah.
But then again, it is Oscar. A round down is Oscar and the team of Mousesports. 3-on-3 as they try to identify what's going on. Sonny holding a secondary off angle because some people will defend Ivy for the bomb train, but he's got an alternative angle to even that. They may be looking for it, so he almost had an off angle to the off angle. And there is the round for Mousesports.
Sonny is so good.
Yeah, he is really good. I feel like Sonny, to me, how he's been like the last 6 months is where is the kind of player I expected Scream to be a long time ago. Because he has so much, his individual skill is
His
really nuts.
impact on matches that Mousesports wins is like phenomenal. That guy.
It's crazy as well if you consider it's one of the rare times where an org makes a change to the team as opposed to the players, and it works out really well.
Yeah.
Like really well,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh no, you know, expect disaster. But no.
I mean, even all the Mousesports players, like they were like, this is going really well. Like, I mean, everyone can see it's going really well. You just need to give them time, but yeah, it can't be understated. They got really fortunate. how everything went down.
He is a very cool cat too. They win tournaments and he's just like no emotion.
Yeah.
They lose tournaments. He's pretty defeated, but
Well, here is the push into the B-bomb site. Some Molotov, some delay tactics. Rob's only good for the 1 kill, though, playing at the very back indeed. And Oscar will take his place with Sonny in tow. Missing the player by... Oh, did he spot Scream? He may have. Does he make the call to his teammates? Seems maybe he does.
Ooh, nice peek out with a flash, but the frag will not follow. That's unfortunate for Scream, but that's Oscar things for you. Now as Haji works the angle, gets caught off guard by Chris J. Too many angles, too many players, too many men. Nishimura and Happy looking to defend the bomb, but there's smoke all over the place. Really hard for Happy to figure out where the diffuser is, and that's Mousesports with the winning round, 8-7 at the end of the first half for them. 18 kills for Sonny. Definitely, you know, we're talking about some of his impact, and it shows on the scoreboard as well as in the match, of course. And
nice late comeback from Mousesports, allowing them to take the lead, which looks quite unlikely considering how the beginning of the first half went for Envy. So is 7 rounds enough for Envy to capitalize on and get only their 2nd win in ECS so far? Just a reminder, Envy are currently 1 for 7 in ECS, and Mousesports is 0 for 2.
Happy with the CZ.
And an HE grenade. And a lot of company as he makes his way forward. Nice first frag. The second will come as well from the CZ. That is definitely money well spent from Happy. Get some info as well for his team and may give RPK confidence to push forwards.
He spotted the bomb, but they're still leaving only 1 person towards the B-bomb site, maybe expecting a rotation elsewhere. But also, RPK was in a good position, and Scream and Haji will pick off the rest of the players. So that is the pistol round for Envy. They're in a pretty good spot for the time being.
Sean, would you prefer CSGO with no pistol rounds?
Honestly, I think that's it. I think pistol rounds are just really random.
They are.
I really do.
Very random.
So I'm not a huge fan of how impactful they are on matches, but it's hard to imagine CSGO without them because I mean I've been playing CSGO with or CS in general with them for so long now. But I'm not like a huge fan of them.
And there's also an argue why the variance is good, but I guess there's another.
I like the pistol rounds, though I do acknowledge that they are pretty random. But I think it's a nice way to start things off anyway, because of the implications. Obviously, it would be nice to have some kind of way to make them better in terms of, you know, competitively wise, but I don't know if there is. But I'd rather have them than not have them.
I mean the I mean the thing.
Wow, what was that adjustment from Robs?
And to those wondering, like the argument for variance, like it does create more drama and interest in tournaments because it makes upsets a little bit more likely, because it allows that if it does go the way of the underdog team, that they may actually be able to convert that into a win more of the time. And there's an argument for that being a good thing for viewers, for viewer fatigue and so on. Because if you have one team that just wins all the time, that can be frustrating and so on and so forth. But I come from Quake. There's no variance in Quake. So,
yeah, but I like that you see a different type of Counter-Strike in that as well. Otherwise, I think it might be too samey if you just like start with 10k or something, and that wouldn't be good for fatigue and so on. So
yeah. I think that's
I don't even think the problem is like the pistol round itself. It's the effects even that spills later on. Like if you win the first gun round after losing the pistol round, then you must win the second round after that. Otherwise, your economy is broke and you're down, you know, 5-1 in the blink of an eye. And
it is interesting in that sense because with all the guns being kind of viable, it has, like, I think that's maybe one of the ways that Valve tried to remedy some of this. Yeah. So, well, Chris will get himself out of the yard very fast, but that's unfortunate. He's going to feel robbed to not be able to get that kill. Happy to continue to do damage here. Able to switch out for the AK. That is a massive success here for Envyus so far. A lot of pressure on Mousesports to find a way to make this round salvageable. Just a bomb plant at the very least would be nice. Might be able to find that towards the inner site, especially with RPK playing so close. can get a quick pick on RPK. It does become possible. Got to be so careful with that angle. RPK will escape though.
Sonny looking for an opening, gets his bell rung immediately, and now nobody's home. Leaving Stiko and Rops alone. 2 versus 5. Less than ideal situation. The bank is pretty damn empty. They invested in Bitcoin, and their wallet was hacked.
Oh my god.
It's all gone.
Or they just
It's like lost their phone.
hodled through the dip right now. They're just getting wrecked.
Hodor gang.
DJ Hodor. Hold the door.
Have you guys seen the BitConnect guy? I mean, you must.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, James, you would be such a fan of BitConnect.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, on stage. That yeah, I saw him on John Oliver taking the mickey out of him. Well, that was a rough round for Mousesports. And a great round for Envy. 4 players surviving. Look at the cash being made by the French. Making that papier. The Francs. Good old Francs. I like the franc. Franc was cool. The old currency of France before the Euro came in. Pistols and Kevlar for Mousesports, but nothing doing so far.
Kia staying true to that French FAMAS.
Envyus looking pretty good right now. Bit of a struggle for Mousesports to get anything done, and ooh, they kind of like Duke and Jive pretty well there against the spray. Mousesports creating an opportunity here. They just have to take down RPK, which they will. Now the B bomb site's opened up. The bomb can go to A as well, and they have the man advantage. Mousesports in an interesting spot here. There are kits and some grenades on Envyus, and Kiyoshima has a very nice angle potentially. I'm not sure if they have any idea about Kiyoshima's positioning. Oh, that is fantastic, isn't it? 2v2 now for Envyus to play this retake with. They're looking quite good. It's 2 smokes as well. This is a big problem for Mousesports. Kiyoshima takes Rops to stop him. Can Rops take down Scream though? No! Scream wins the clutch, the 1v1. I think you were talking about Scream's clutch stats earlier, Sean. They're not too amazing.
No. Definitely not known for clutching, but came out on top there. Yeah, that was shocking that round got that close because Keo pushed Ivy, got those initial 2 kills. So 3-on-5 on a low buy, and then it ended up in a situation where Keo needed to get those 2 kills to end with a 4K for them to even have a chance. So really impactful round by him. Keeping Mousesports on the back foot.
Absolutely, they are definitely struggling to get
is this
anything
that smoke
working.
for back 6? I think. So they're the only team I've ever seen throw this. This is like the most innovative smoke I've seen in the last 6 months on train. It's so cool.
So what are the implications? In 10 seconds, go.
Just allows you to get outside really quick. I mean, typically teams were throwing that from above ladder. So throwing it from right there just allows your ladder guys to just rush down.
Hey guys, Sean here, giving you the information. Only 3 Mousesports players left. Can they make the best use of these smoke grenades while they're still down? It seems that they can fight back at the very least. 1 player on the bomb train, but it's Rops alone now. 22 HP. They seem to know where he is. Over the smoke, he'll get fragged by RPK. 13 rounds for Envy.
Envy looking good.
Yeah, it's, like I said, I mean, train is always a good shout for Envyus. To be honest, I would actually say like Nuka's coming up after this. I actually think it's also a really good Envyus map. They may be 2 of the best Envyus maps, and they're 2 really good Mousesports maps too. So it's actually like on the slide, this is potentially a really cool matchup, and it's turning out really well for Envyus. They have not really allowed Mousesports to run their game plan. We've not really seen any rounds play out as Mousesports want it to, not at least in the first iteration.
And Oscar has been very quiet. He's got 6 kills. He is 6 for 15. That is very unlike him. Make it 7 to 15. But can he get any further into this bomb site? He's got his teammate in tow ahead of him behind the smoke grenade. Was he spotted though by the ladder player? Seems that maybe he was. 2 versus 4 now for Mousesports. The bomb left outside main. 3 Envy players huddled around the connector on the bomb train. Seems this is a arid landscape for Mousesports.
Desolate, barren. I think we need more adjectives. You got any more, James? Any more adjectives? Ooh, what was that? It's like bending the bullets.
Yeah.
In the air.
Oh!
Oh my god, Chris J. He's got that first bullet accuracy, that tap action. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's got
like,
this.
Nah.
You got to believe in Chris J when he's got the taps going. We've all seen it. We've all seen the highlights.
It's cool though, you can see his mind whirring, immediately jumps down, immediately looks towards Ivy. Where is the trade fragger? They know where I am now, and I have to be prepared for them to both face me at the same time. 25 seconds remain in his 2 versus 2. Bomb being planted. You can see Ivy's being smoked off, very importantly. There's somebody towards connected, but RPK's out in every sense of the word, leaving Happy alone now with the AWP smoking off, trying to create space for himself. Where are these players? Tico's in main. The shadow. Does he see the shot? Surely he sees it, but does he see it fast enough? Perhaps not. Going up the ladder, he tags him somehow, but it was not enough.
Chris J is so sick. Like, he gets in the 2v2, he gets the info, and then like just orchestrates the rest of the rounds. That is so awesome.
Yeah, the way he really like chose those engagements in the 2-on-2 and just found out all the info, and then mollied Z, pushed that guy out. He obviously killed them all in the first bullet. Definitely helps everything.
Yeah.
But he played the round really well.
Yeah. Chris is one of the expected, the happy surprises with everything that changed in the team, getting Oscar and so on, and being put off the main AWP and then into the IGL role, turning into an amazing rifler.
Yeah, everyone thought he would slump and he'd
Yeah.
be bad, and
Just actually got better.
he's like one of their star players.
Very, very impressive. And he's still a pretty new IGL. I mean, this is something that needs to be considered with their success. And in they go, down into the bomb site. RPK, great off angle. Often in a position that can't be checked in time, but Ross from above, able to swat RPK away. This is going fairly well from Mousesports, but the flank is coming quickly.
Here comes the charge from Envy, but it's not quite working out for them. At what point do they abort? Scream still going for it, trying to create space with the smoke grenade, and now Kishima's the last man standing. Is he at a point of no return? Well, that kill may change things for him. And he manages to book it out of there, but that is double figures for Mousesports now. The money's broken for Envy, so opportunity knocks.
Yeah, I love the way that like inner execs have changed in the last year. They become like layered, you know, like that initial exec happens, and then after that they smoke the lanes. There's like weird protocols that are past the initial exec now on the top level teams. And that's kind of what separates Mousesports on their inner takes compared to most teams. I think Envyus does actually a really good job of it too, to be honest.
Where does this map rank for you, Sean, as far as like, you know, on the maps that you enjoy to play the most?
Oh, I really like Train. I really like Train a lot. Not too big of a fan of like Cobble right now. I think Inferno's like a little bit weird sometimes, but even though the matches are always super competitive on Inferno.
Mousesports pressing the ejector seat on all the Envy players. Actually, there was a pilot who unfortunately died because he was in a plane on an aircraft carrier or something, and the ejector seat randomly fired, and the parachute didn't deploy, which is really messed up.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and the company will find like millions of whatever currency, dollars or pounds, but that's like horrible.
Who's
That's
that
so
go to?
Huh?
Who's that go to? The family?
I don't know. Maybe. I would imagine.
Where's the
so.
money go?
Right, let's go somewhere.
Hopefully. Well, I didn't find them. You know, it wasn't me. 11 to 13. Mousesports on the comeback. Envy managed to eke out a buy. They've got Happy on the AWP. He's naked. No money for any armor. We'll see what Haji chooses to buy. Monsieur Aji. There we go. With his DreamHack open stickers.
It's pretty boring in M4, like everyone else.
Ooh,
No.
green gloves, green knife.
No walk.
Color coordination.
Not bad.
Where's the green watch?
Not bad, not bad.
Do you have green gloves, James? I feel like you should have green gloves.
No, I've got reds. The Crimson Weave gloves.
Nice.
Kishima taken out by the IV position. Oscar standing on the pallet to take him out. Haji's shadow betrays his position. And that's a strong start, a very strong start indeed for Mousesports.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough round in a sense because Envyus almost committed into making some plays here, and before they can quite do that, they already lose a man. And then you look at the utility with over a minute left. It's the utility situation's been absolutely dire. And so I like the play that Haji tried to move forward into the T connector, into T main, but doesn't work out. Happy, nice shot from him though, able to get something working for his team, but the presence, the threat into that A bomb site from Mousesports is really enormous.
2 players remain. Scream, was his position conceded by that Molotov? Maybe not. He's running out of bullets. That is so unfortunate for him, but Sonny's alone now with 3 HP in the grenades. The shrapnel will finish off the job. Maybe that black laminate will be collected.
Very underrated skin.
I have one of those.
Nice.
My name tag is always best on black.
I feel like we talked about this last time.
Maybe we did. Maybe we did. But I never use it because my Fire Serpent is stat track, so I just can't. I can't bring myself to get kills and not be stat track.
You can just convert it, right? You can just like.
No, it's not. The black laminate doesn't come in stat track.
Oh.
Because it's a map drop rather than a box drop.
Right.
Yes.
That's
But it's nice. 14 to 11. The money must be spent for Mousesports. This is one of those key rounds where one of these teams is absolutely screwed if they lose this because there ain't gonna be no money.
Ain't got no money. Come on, James, you know the rest.
Is that the Gold Digger song?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Kanye West, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is, yeah. Love me some Kanye West.
Like the old stuff.
Pre-Kardashian Kanye, as
Yeah.
Black Thought would say.
Yeah, yeah.
Why does he not make any good stuff anymore?
No. Well, we'll get back to that in a second because there is a massive fight here. Envy went for a B push and it did not quite work out for them. Haji's been spotted towards B, so Mousesports know they cannot rush into the site. At least one person is there.
He threw a one-way. That's a one-way smoke. He's going to hop up on the ledge, get all the info. He's going to continue pushing. Oh. That was a nice smoke he threw.
Happy now. Surely he gets one kill out of this. Surely.
Haji's going all the way around as well to T-Con. He's not going down to Pop Dog, so Happy's got to wait a little bit until he can get any reinforcements. And you can see that they may actually, it could somehow pay off here for Haji. Pretty big play. Needed Happy to give him something. You can see now he's got no interest in this. No interest at all.
My knife's better than that one.
Shots fired.
My Ruby. Ooh, that was close. So, yeah, I think a lot of rappers, when they get loads of success and they just make too much money, they run out of things to rap about because they're not experiencing the poverty anymore. They're not selling drugs anymore. they have everything they want. So what do they have to rap about? It's like Jay-Z albums. It's like what does he have to tell you anymore? He doesn't really have anything to tell you. So I got loads of money.
Well,
I'm doing business deals.
You could evolve, James.
I've got the hottest girl in the game. I've got babies. Life is great. It's like, what does...
You could become a little bit political, you know, just mix it up a little
Nobody
bit.
wants to listen to that.
That's what Tupac was pretty, got a lot of political
That's
stuff. in
true. Kid Cudi's early stuff, very good. I can't tell you a recent Kid Cudi song.
I can't think of any like political crap I've listened to recently. Anyway, people tend to... But I think, like modern rap, you have more absurd levels of success and they just run out of things to rap about. RPK with an off angle, he rings the bell for second player as well. Ring the bell to subscribe to the channel, by the way. 3 versus 4 now as Mousesports try to retain control of this round.
Wait,
What happened
What?
It must have been a shot from Moscow, I assume. That confused us.
I don't know. Not convinced.
The hops.
That's a nice knife Oscar has. The bomb is touched. The Molotov is deployed. The information is there. There's no smoke for this Envy team. Haji does, however, have a defuse kit, but what can they do to get on this? There's another Molotov!
Oof. Hate to see it when you're CT.
Happy's got to find a frag here, but I don't think he's well placed on the train. He's not, and that's a wrap.
Are Envyus losing this match? Are they letting it slip?
I think so.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is not looking good for them. They've run out of money.
They have
Although
to save here, right?
Yeah, at least there is that. They can get a good buy with the save. Interesting. Mousesports really finding their feet in this T side of theirs. We'll see a quick pop flash out there to allow a quick run, perhaps. Scream getting close with the CZ, though, does pose some issue. Oscar's been getting a bit more action with the AWP. We did note earlier that he was really struggling. So you like so Sean, you like the fact that we're trained. You're kind of in a bomb site or you're not. You don't really have map control otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
3 pistols remain for Envy, and this is a sticky situation for Mousesports. They have control of the bomb, but oh, Kiyoshima, hello. Is this how Envy make it to match point? AWP on Chris J. One of the most prepared players on train. He loves this map. He's just checked Ivy, and now at least there's the information for Happy. That is the bomb carrier as well. So what does this mean for the rotation? Will they abandon the pop dog position? It seems so. The CTs, that is, rotating towards the B bomb site. And that might be where this play is headed.
Yeah, Happy just has all that money information. They just have to make sure they try to play a style where they survive. Like, Kiyoshima can take attention, but he needs to survive somehow. Nice frag. Again, you've got a flank coming. You don't have to force the issue, but he does. And that now gives Chris an opportunity to win the rounds. A round which otherwise may have been somewhat guaranteed if Happy could have backstabbed, but Chris still has no idea he's flanking, and it seems that he may just get caught in the back anyway. Happy's long con is going to pay off in the end. Bit of knife, and the round will be won. So I mean, I wanted to. I thought this would be somewhat of a non-round, but I wanted to ask you, Sean, about just like what do you think from like a map design perspective? Obviously, that's like the unique feature, or one of the unique features of this map. Is that
I think the maps just need to be unique. I don't like all the maps, have that middle lane and then an A and B bomb site, kind of like Cash does too.
Mirage.
I mean, like Mirage, yeah, like a lot of maps have that. So I think Train, Overpass, kind of like are straying away from that. Like Valve touched maps have like strayed away from that a lot. What I've noticed, even Nuke, like I enjoy playing Nuke actually a lot. But with that being said, I love playing Cash, so I just like different feels to the game,
Yeah.
Like, I actually want to see that Sub-Zero map enter the game at some point.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I have to check it out still. Like, well, probably at least.
2 men close to pop dog for Envyus, keeping an eye on main as well, and Mousesports taking their initial presence towards the B bomb site. Interesting wallbang attempt. Oscar continues to have a horrible game of train.
That might be. I hesitate to say it, but that could be the straw that broke the camel's back. Chris J, though, able to return 5. Scream! Bold! Just straight up there, tries to capitalize on the reload. Very bold stuff. And, well, Rops is showing some confidence. Charging straight back down, and now it's Kiyoshima with the AWP from CT. Or rather, sorry, from Connector.
Yeah, you can see Scream was fitting to make that play, as Americans might say. So much spray. Sunny missing the shot there. That is crucial at this point. He spotted 1 player, but where is the second one? In fact, RPK is coming quickly for the flank, but because of where Kiyoshima ran back to, RPK may be expected, and if he throws that grenade, that might run distraction. But Kiyoshima can't really capitalize on this from the connector position, so see if Mousesports can hold.
It's all on RPK. He needs to create some space for distraction for his teammate to get out there. That could be it. Kiyoshima now can start making a move as the attention is drawn towards RPK's position. So he's looking for...
I like this angle.
This is kind of devious. He hears the running as well. Sunny's concealing himself. Really smart stuff from Sunny. Just relying on the Eagle here. RPK getting some good damage in, but he can't do it. There's just no way. Sunny's going to keep on hiding. And RPK, it's a lost round. Very well played to Sunny. Even despite, sort of messing up initially, he definitely saved the day there.
Have you seen someone play that like that in heaven?
No,
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. That was cool.
That is awesome. Okay, well, 15-14, or rather 14-15, as Mousesports won the last round and have a chance to force overtime. Quick burst into the A site.
Bosch. 3 pistols remain for Envy. Are we headed to overtime? It seems pretty likely Seco manages to make the spray, find the kill with the Galil, which is not so easy. And it's down to RPK. 1 versus 3 with the CZ, and it's not to be. We will indeed be heading to overtime in the first of 2 games between these 2 teams. Envy and Mousesports, they will continue on the same sides. Sunny just shy of the 30 bomb, but there's more than enough time for him to get there. $10,000 per player, 3 rounds per half. Who do you guys favor right now?
I would probably say Mousesports.
I would say Mousesports, yeah. Didn't Envyus win both pistols? They did.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think Mousesports has proven they're a little bit stronger on gun rounds.
They started to sort of get things together more so on the T side as well. They were having so many situations where they're losing the first man, but getting a bit better in the later portion of the half.
RPK. Big fan of cars. Is RPK?
Ooh, he hit that shot onto Rops. That is pretty impressive. And Rops will tread out RPK, but the question is who is favored in this situation. Repositioning is happy. Really difficult to challenge this as Rops with no smoke or anything.
What, 3 people in the inner bomb site? Like Scream has to get aggressive.
Looking for the info. Just goes for the headshot angle that was correct. Stays alive, gets the information. That's kind of cool.
No crater.
No crater, yeah, that's good.
Reaching the... Well, we are heading towards the 40-second mark. Envy have info towards the B bomb site. And it seems maybe because of that, Mousesports will make a play towards A, but Haji may be an important player around the pop dog position. Kishima can run distraction. Haji can pop out to trade, but he's got to deal with the ladder room as well. He knows he is vulnerable. So many different targets. AWP now, and that's not going to work out for him. 2 plays left here for Envy.
Pretty rough situation for Envyus. Trying to work from the back lines. Is Scream on 12 HP. You don't envy his position, as now it's going to be happy to try to also make life a little bit easier, but nothing's really offering itself up to them early on.
They might need to save.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to in that first round of overtime, especially on the CT side.
Really good play right there by Mousesports, by the way, in the 4-on-4. So they waited out, wait for Scream's aggression inner, push him back, throw 2 smokes inner as a fake, which then they're trying to draw 2 people to inner, right? So that way when they go outside, it's a 4-on-2 rather than a 4-on-3, because it could be they could just have 3 people outside guarding all 3 choke points and leave 1 guy inside. But they fake inside to draw a 2nd guy inside if they did have that set up, and then they go outside. So they guarantee themselves a 4-on-2.
Boom. There it is. Mousesports in the lead now, in the driving seat. See if they can have consistent success. Chris J with a 2nd AWP. I wonder what the spawns are like. It's a pretty good spawn. Okay, with the AWP looking towards Ivy. Immediately spots 1 play, but surely he was seen as well. There is a player towards the camera position. There's Kishima taken down. Does he know that there's more to find? I think he's heard Happy on top. The flashbang is there, and Chris J continues his carnage, looking for the 3rd frag. I wouldn't want to peek him if I was Envy.
Good defense around the train though, but they can only withstand the onslaught for so long as it's now RPK, as the rest of his teammates have withered away. Another kill for him though, before he finally is eliminated by Chris, of course. What a round from him. Explosive stuff from Chris J. Flying Dutchman.
I feel like anxiety starts building, right? When you're out there right here, you're just like 5 seconds like, did he see me? I don't know, am I about to get pop flash right now?
That flash on Happy was awesome. From out of nowhere. 2 for 2 are Mousesports, and you start to see why Envy needed to save towards the end of the first round based on what they have in this one. Famas, Deagle, and MP9 on the middle 3 players to the right-hand side of the screen. Looking like they are heading towards a 1-4-8 scoreline.
Yeah, very awkward position to be in. They're deciding not to take any risks, just holding out for now. Envyus. Mousesports clearing the relevant spaces. I like that they have Chris, who can play around Ali. That's quite cool. Gonna have to keep an eye on him on the minimap. Oh, but no smoke, just walking into the angle. It's a bit of a gamble. You don't know exactly where Happy's going to be with the AWP.
He saw a second player there, and the bomb fell forward into a position where Mousesports have to expose themselves in order to retrieve the bomb, or use a smoke grenade, or maybe even a flash. You can throw a flash through that gap in the top right corner of the screen that you see there to do the same thing.
Nice.
That is great from Happy. The spindle's at a good height where you can do a certain type of jump and get your accuracy back very quickly indeed. So there is the smoke to try and get the bomb, but Rops has to stop. Happy would have done well to delay his timing to make it somewhat erratic there, to invite them to come out. But there we go. 3 versus 5. The bomb's been rescued. The bomb's been lost.
Yeah, and there's just no time for rotation with the bomb, so it has to go in. But they have to just get kills. In fact, at this point, there's just no way to win the round. So really well played by Happy. Again, it's one of those situations where you kind of can't fault Mousesports because it's very difficult to know where the AWP is going to be in this situation. So
yeah, and that's one of those situations where Happy actually pushed up to get an off angle where, you know, you typically don't jiggle peek the middle of the upper ramp. You would jiggle peek the spool. So he played a really strong position, which is what we actually saw Oscar do last half. But RPK, I think, smoked it off.
and does manage to pull them back into the match. 2 obs for Mousesports on the CT side. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Very fast through the smoke here from Envyus, just straight into that B-bomb side of the rotation. Will it make it there in time from the CT side, or will they get stopped by some of these counter grenades from Envyus as they plant the bomb? Oh, looks like Envyus is doing pretty well at just compacting Mousesports as they try to get out that choke.
Looking for the first team to 19 rounds to win this overtime. Sonny doesn't spot Kiyashima to his right-hand side. Maybe a 4x3 issue. And it's 3x5 now, as Stiko tried to get a better resolution on this. Oscar, though, last man standing, trying to save his AWP at this point, missing the no-scope, and that's a tied scoreline.
I actually think that Sonny may have seen him, but I think he chose, he felt like he would be covered, like he'd stuck and be covered, and he didn't want to get caught by someone else peeking, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But that was awkward. And it's quite cool to see just a straight up burst working out quite well. It's a good call from Envyus's perspective. Burst onto that B-bomb site. To work A a bit. Sonny's close. He's hungry, and he will be fed. While making its way now towards the B side of the map.
One minute 20 mark, and the CTs are getting aggressive towards main once again. They're very far away from the B bomb site. Although I say that, but a third man is rotating into connector. Will they get there fast enough? Oscar stops the cross, spots somebody on the high ground, but Chris J will take him down. That is Haji alone now, and that's match point Mousesports.
Yep, Oscar came to life right there. And another unlucky round by Robs on top of that bomb site. That spot has not been very kind to him.
It seems so promising.
Yeah, every time you're like, surely he's about to get a 3K right here, and just no, it just doesn't happen.
Especially considering like the spots where we see him like not be spotted there and get the first shots. It's like, how does this still go badly? What's going on? C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Okay, well, pretty standard looking round from Envyus. It's really nice to push the CTs back around Ali and just get rid of some of the grenades. And then, if you can, creating a timing where you can sort of combine with the players coming out of Pop Dog, you get a really good coverage of this outer bomb site from these 2 vantage points. Yeah, that's how you emerges now. Well, that's the risk though.
That is a problem. And again, when you saw Sunny holding the off angle to the off angle earlier on, this is the kind of place where you might look for a player defending Ivy. But of course, we've already had somebody else that's not happy. Oh, it is happy. And Stiko's been taken out. So, yeah, Stiko was the bait there for Chris J, but the timing is well off. Sunny will trade and Scream will trade in kind. And seems we're going to overtime number 2. And Metrops could 1v3, but he can't. 18 to 18, first team to 22 rounds to take the match.
Yeah, just one of those awkward scenarios where you're an Ivy player and you're just like, God, I have to peek this to get some info for my team. And there's just an all posted on you. It's like, I mean, it's just literally set up a crossfire and just waited. And eventually Stiko just peeked into it.
It's tough life. That alley position.
Yeah.
Probably one of the hardest CT spots to play as well, actually. Maybe.
Yeah, because if you give it up like that, then your teammates are just they have to be aware of it. I mean, there's not many places for them to be if the T's can just walk out of Ivy. So he had to peek that for info eventually.
Envyus maybe threatening a bit of a contact. But Chris in a very poor position. Ooh, Scream's going to get out of there after that frag. You like to see that if you're an Envyus fan. Weird situation now for Mousesports. They are obviously down a man. They're probably not incentivized to go for any crazy pushes. That said, Chris is playing Pop Dog with an AWP. It's a pretty volatile position.
It's nice because you can get an angle on the T side, sorry. If you're in Pop Dog with an AWP, you can pick people towards Ivy, which is cool, but you are exposed to the higher
like, surely
trains.
this doesn't end well for
Yeah,
him.
and that was, on the CT side, it is an interesting play. We can leave it at that. Stiko takes one down, but there are 2 more to find in this area, and he won't find them. They will find him. Oscar, though, making it doable. Not sure if he saw both players there, but he would not have seen the bomb. That needs to get retrieved. Seems to be by the showers, but it seems they will try to win by elimination with a double peak, and they will be successful. First round goes to Envy.
You do wonder sometimes with overtimes, like, at what point for the teams does it just get really weird? Where, like, you know, you kind of lose track of the sort of flow of the calling.
You're like, what have we done? What is worse?
Yeah.
No, they know about that. We can't do that again. Oh, what if we do a fake? Oh, we've done the fake already. Like,
yeah.
It's like, what?
It just feels so awkward.
Yeah.
I feel like overtime's only fun in pugs. Okay. Quick alley aggression from Mousesports will give us some info on the map, but perhaps too much attention is being drawn there. And look at this, Envyus understands to capitalize, but Rops gets a good engagement finally. 2 kills for him. The bomb goes down towards B. Interestingly, though, the 2 teammates are far away. Happy on the way for the assist.
There are some flashes for Kiyoshiba to pop out. Spots one towards Connector, so we can communicate that. Uses the smoke to move around somewhat, but he can't go too fast, and he finds him somehow. And I think there's a smoke that's just gone onto the bomb, so those mollies won't quite work. Talk about mollies, and Happy's in a nasty situation. Haji's got the angle, but they weren't on the bomb just yet. Happy's got to wait. Can he get there fast enough? 1 second to go. Got to get up to the bomb. Shoulder peeking, but he didn't have the time. He had to go for it. And there is the defuse for Mousesports, 19 apiece.
That was really good utility usage by them. Smoke the bomb, molly upper, have a guy post on lower because it's the only place you really die from. Really well played. Actually, Oscar wasn't even posted on lower.
Just Oscar things.
Yep, just reacted.
Last round of the first half. Again, 22 rounds for one of these teams to win the match at this point. Happy looking to make a play. Can he time it well, though? Looking around, but not committing into the A site just yet. Oh, boy.
AFK. Stiko. Ooh, that was almost good. Goodbye, Sunny.
I was actually surprised by Chris's crosshair placement there, because I feel like people that work Ivy always go to that bin corner. They always go there. So it's weird that he had his crosshair lower.
And Mousesports sort of predictably afterwards just taking sort of like every push on
Yeah.
the map that they can and just getting 1v1s to death. Envyus looking like they feel a bit more comfortable right now.
They've definitely punished a lot of aggressions out of Mousesports this game.
Yeah.
I think they're more comfortable on the T sides.
Yeah.
From what we've seen in this match. But
feel
their
that
T
way
side's
too.
about to end. So is the 1 round lead going to be enough for them to win?
Did you just see that flash?
Did that go through the
It went through the window above.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
That was insane. I've never seen that before.
I think I've seen that once before. Not a,
You heard the glass break.
yeah, that's pretty sick. Didn't flash
Did it
anyone,
go
but
through? Yeah.
No.
Did it go through the window though? I can see that was the idea.
maybe the window needs to be broken.
Round 39 that was. Okay, I have
It's
to
like
make
a really
note.
sick dunk when you're down by like 20 points in an NBA game.
I have to make a note of that.
But it does seem like to me that the Mousesports are getting a little bit, or we're getting a little bit tired of just playing this trade, and so
Yeah.
just being too active in spots where it doesn't make sense. But see if they can turn things around here on the T side. Envyus going for a pop flash play, get some information towards Ali. Meanwhile, Sunny has lurked out into the A yard, and they are encroaching onto the bomb train. They're getting quite forwards here. Really nice cover of smokes here for Sunny to play with. Takes down Kiyoshima, leaving an awkward situation for Envyus to sort of play retake onto the A side. They've just given up the entire yard, and they are going to have to play retake from backlines.
Will they charge through the IB smoke? No, but they'll boost on top. How many kills can he get out of this? Haji, just 1 kill, but he's got some info for his team as well. 3 versus 4 for the CT side. RBK moving around the train, spotting 2, but they're running out of players with which to win the round. Is it save time for Envy? Again, the first round of the half, and the round is pretty much lost. They can't afford, literally, to lose these weapons, but they're still going for it. And Scream's close to the bomb train. The smoke is going to be deployed towards Pop. Still time to get on the bomb. He's drawing players out though. Second smoke is down, but so is the flashbang. Scream is lost in the carnage, and so are all the weapons of Envy. They tried and they failed.
Good effort from Happy.
Yeah, that was a really sick strat. That's actually something Cloud9 did a while back with Stewie outside, because I mean, it's really cool because Cloud9 created strats for Stewie to push through smokes. So like they threw like E-box sandwich smoke, and they'll throw a smoke left bomb, and they'll pop flash him through the E-box smoke to go in between the smokes bomb and E-box, which no one would be holding. You would be holding the left side of the E-box smoke. So it's like a little gap that you would get based on the meta.
I like it. I like it a lot. Chris into hell very quickly. And let's see what he can do with it. Looking pretty good at the moment. Mousesports are really crushing Envyus' CT side here on the A yard. They're just winning these fights. They've got great utility usage overall. Envyus keep getting restricted to playing from not the bomb train but the back lines again. This is not working out for them. They have to try to deny Mousesports getting in that quickly.
Yeah, I feel like every time I think someone's going to win this match,
Yeah.
the other team proves me wrong.
Yeah. Are we seeing like a lack of counter grenades at like
weird.
right at the beginning of the round from Envyus, or why is it that Mousesports were able to just run out?
Yeah, I think the other round, the last round prior to this, they did an Ivy aggression, so they really had like no one defending it. I'm not really sure what went wrong this round. I didn't even catch it, to be honest.
Very important. Envy hold on to this now. Their weapons, that is.
This is weird.
Still going to be a tough spot. No one has the money to drop an M4, for example, so the French guns may have to come out. The FAMASs, there's one. And there's another one. That will limits them on grenades as well. So this is a tough spot for Envy. Again, the first of 2 matches between these 2 teams. So we'll see if they can keep this one going, or if Mousesports are about to take it over the line.
Are they going to try to explode inner? Interesting. They've had so much success in these fast rounds. Envyus have used a lot of utility. There's not much left. This is going to be very difficult for them. Happy though, I mean this is where we saw him do a lot of damage previously when they were moving like this with the bomb and you just posted up on the upper position of the inner bomb site with the AWP, and if there's no grenade to stop him here, he's just going to do the same thing over again. Yeah, oh wow, he just gets the peak easily. The trade's there though, that's fantastic, that's a good improvement.
There's a two-man flank coming in. Scream's being heard. Oscar missing the no-scope, going back to the well. And a flying Scream will take him out. Zico trying to create space. The shoulder peek from Scream won't be enough, but surely he won't expect the second flanker. Slowly creeping in is Hadji. And there goes Zico, looking for extra information. And now they see where Chris J is. Can Kiyoshima get on the bomb, though? He's in the middle of these trains. Oh, Chris J was close. But we're going to overtime number 3. Trois. Let's go. Allez, le bleu.
What is...
What is what?
How do you say overtime in French, James?
Don't know.
Oh.
You're of course a French, aren't you?
I thought you were supposed to be very cosmopolitan. You go to France all the time.
Yeah, I don't talk about overtime. I talk about cheese.
Cheese expert.
And fromage.
And wine? Cheese and wine?
Mainly cheese. I'm not big on wine.
Cheese and
but
wine
cheese,
they pair
absolutely.
very well. Yeah, they're such a good combo.
I'm all over the cheese.
Cheese balls are like one of my favorite things in life.
I have a cheese board that's engraved with my name on it, and it's oak. It's unreal.
When I say cheese board, I don't mean the actual just cheese board, but I mean the cheese that's on top of the
Yeah, I know,
board.
but when it's me, you talk about the cheese board and the cheese on the board.
Allow me
Because
to
my cheese board is next level.
Allow me to tilt some wine snobs. Napa wine is better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Californian wine.
Yes.
Kiyoshima pushing the IV position. Oscar has been taken out. He has been eliminated, assassinated like it's an episode of 24. 3 players moving through the main position. Scream taken out for the meantime. Hadji playing around the smokes. The bomb's starting to move in as well, but trailing behind. Can Hadji find it? He can find rocks. Stico taken down in the meantime, and the trades continue to favor Envy. 3 versus 1 on their first CT round, and that is much better from Envy. First team to 25 rounds now.
Thank you, I was losing track there.
To put an end to this.
I liked how Hadji was playing between the smokes there. That was good. I think that was a little bit of improvement rather than playing the ladder wall where they got caught off in previous rounds.
More fire. Fire.
Double lower setup.
Success. Again, it's like, as you said, it's like when you when you feel like one team is sort of starting to pull away, things flip around. Stika will take down Hadji to even things up. Sunny, do they even realize that he's here? They surely must know that he has to be here. That there has to be someone here. They will find him. Oscar, of course, though, doing damage from behind. But behind is no good if you can't get that bomb onto the site. Kiyoshima with a good angle. Too quick to the spray though, and that's going to allow Chris to come out into the yard with his teammate and try to make a good effort onto the bomb site. Happy though, still providing great problems with this AWP of his. RPK will go down. It's up to Happy to close it out, and we should not really doubt him after what he's shown us so far. And with the P250, he'll finish things off, finding the back of Stico.
Happy's hit almost every shot that he's needed to. Like, he's not putting himself in bad scenarios. That's the thing, is he's getting these like easy kills. And it's not like he's baiting to do it. He's just putting himself in really good off angles.
Just a beast.
Yeah.
Okay. Envyus with a good start onto their CT half here, and that's could be the difference maker. We'll see. Hadji playing close to pop. They're going to explode out of inner again. Mousesports looking like they may be up to that.
I love how they duck their head for the spam.
Yeah.
Look down.
It's all about the devils in the details. So it will be indeed a B explosion. Explosion of B.
They go to grenades, pop flashes, and the target practice for Happy, but he misses the first shot. That is a 0 rather than a strike. Through the box for him, and they continue to push through the train yard. They really need this round. Scream does not spot the second player. And does see somebody on the site itself, and there is Sunny taking him out. 3-on-3 now. There is a flank coming in from Hadji, but there's so much action on the site itself. Rock's taken down from the back. That's going to compromise the defenses now of Mousesports. Stico moving back somewhat, and Sunny will pick off Happy in the meantime. So they know where Haji is, but where is Kiyoshima? Slowly advancing forward. And there is a much needed round for Mousesports. They will stave off match point for now.
Caster's curse. Of course, Happy misses that shot.
Yep.
I did it to him.
Sunny with a 4K.
This is a really this is very weird. This has become too weird.
I'm almost certain Mousesports wins 2 rounds this half.
You think so? It's just
Because I feel like Envyus should close it out based on their T side. So like, no, it's not gonna happen actually.
I just don't know what the hell's going on anymore. It's just every time I get to that point where I just where am I? where am I? Who am I? What is happening? Okay, so Mousesports not really pushing the issue anywhere, but they have a double orb setup, so that's likely the reason why they're not getting too antsy in the forward areas of the A yard. Perhaps not too afraid of any set pieces or explosions from Envyus, and Envyus looking like they may go for this B hit. And Oscar, he could be doing what Happy was doing to them previously. But look at all the grenades here. Oscar will be blocked off. No vision for him, but Rops will have vision. And they will run through fire and a hail of bullets, and they will not reach their destination. If Rops has anything to say about it, that's number 2 before he gets eliminated.
Great start from Mousesports. The bomb yet to be planted, and almost a full rotation is here. All coming from the very back. Stiko keeping an eye on A just in case. Another bomb being planted. Sunny misses the mark though. Haji with 14 HP will not realize the second player is to his right-hand side. Catches Stiko before the grenade comes out, down to the 1 versus 1. Where has Scream been in all of this? He's around oil. Chris J has to look for him all over the place. He's got the sound cues now, and he can dance around, but Chris J trying to draw him out perhaps, and I think he spotted him, and now Scream has to run before he's in the line of the AWP, manages to escape. That is not really going to delay much because there's still time to defuse it afterwards. They will continue to run around each other. Chris J will eventually get taken out. And there is, I believe, match point for Envy.
I was afraid for Scream there, considering the clutch stats.
It's like a cat and mouse game right there.
I suppose the Molotov stops Chris J from being able to touch the bomb and trying to draw Scream out, so it does have its benefits. That's a huge frag for Haji. Very surprised he managed to get that second kill there. Awkward timing though, with the HE grenade, such is life. That can be the difference between winning a match and losing a match.
I wonder if there's something special about that 5-6 smoke. I've never seen someone line it up so hard. Is it different? Is the gap on the left?
Hello, and goodbye, Sunny. 1 CT ran E-box though, but really, how can he try to trade that frag? He'd be exposed to so many places. RPK picks off in the meantime, and Chris J starts to search for Happy. Ooh. Spotting Oscar. Happy is tearing these players apart once again, and here comes the cavalry, not even required, through Ivy. Envy finally take it over the line, 25-22 after multiple overtimes.
Happy is still so good, isn't he?
He's so good.
Like that's if you're newer to Counter-Strike, you may actually just have missed the period of time when he was a major winning player on the best team in the world at that time, that version of Envyus. Actually, and how far they have fallen as a team, but he himself as a player still looking really sharp, and also the IGL of the team. Overall, a pretty good game from both sides. I think from Mousesports, it wasn't the best of starts, but from Envyus, I feel like we saw great tenacity from them, and they looked pretty stable.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, like Happy is that type of player where a lot of people don't give him credit because he doesn't get a lot of flashy kills. Like that CZ double kill right there is probably the flashiest thing I've seen Happy do in a long time. Typically just sets himself up, you know, in just these consistent spots where he can get easy frags.
Yeah.
And he just does a really good job manipulating angles.